Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And oh my goodness, just look how beautiful it is. In fact, I should just go ahead and do my message like this today because it's so much more beautiful to look at. But I want to look you in the eyes this morning and share something with you. I think it's a lot of attention. It's hashtag a lot. In fact, on my Instagram page, I probably hashtag this every single day. It's be the change. It's a Gandhi quote. And Gandhi, when he said that, was talking about the whole idea that how do we actually create change in the world? We have to be the change. And he was specifically speaking about something called Ahimsa, which is a Sanskrit word that means peaceful, non-violent protesting. It's sort of like being civilly disobedient by being a super good human being, like being this person that people go, oh my goodness, I want to emulate that. I want to copy her. She's beautiful. She's kind. She's generous. She's compassionate. And when I'm around her, I feel more possible. That's how we be the change. And I think for so many of us these days, as we look around the world, there's so many, I'm going to just call them beautiful distractions, right? There's so many things that are happening that catch our attention. And we know how digital media is programmed to kind of bring us into places where it can create a lot of comparison. It can create a lot of judgment. So this morning I want to address something that's as much spiritual as it is physiological, as it is neurochemical. It's something called emotional contagion. And when we think about the idea of being the change, it simply is this opportunity to not necessarily change and transform into something. I think for many of us, it's allowing ourselves to be who we already are. If you're part of this community, there's a pretty good chance that you are already deeply kind. You're deeply loving. You're committed to being wonderfully civil, disobedient by not being a part of status quo and not being a part of the us and them mentality. And allowing ourselves to embody who we already are almost is an act of civil disobedience. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm just going to claim the beauty, the integrity, the character, the love, the kindness, the spirit that I already am. And that is heroic social activism. What we know through science, what we know through change and transformation and leadership is that we tend to fall in love with, and we tend to follow people who give us hope. And there's no greater opportunity today than to absolutely just kind of ask yourself a simple question. If I was to step fully in to my authenticity, if I was not to filter my love, my light, my kindness, my compassion, if I was not to dim my light, to acquiesce to what the world was presenting, and instead actually broadcast the truth of who I am, what would it look like? How would it show up? What would happen to the world when they laid eyes on you? That is being the change. Because when we are participating in the truth of who we are, when we are living authentically and wildly awake, the most beautiful thing happens. We are just going to be peaceful. We are just going to be kind, compassionate, and hopeful. And according to the science, the world pays attention more to that demonstration than any shouting, than any anger, than any oh my gosh. How many adjectives can we use of what's mostly going on in the world right now? And sometimes we just need to step away from what's happening in the world on social media, what's happening in regular media, and just give ourselves the full permission to step fully into the peaceful knowing of the truth of who we are and fully allow it to become what it is that we already are. That is beauty. That is demonstration. That is social activism. And yes, that, my dear friend, is social activism. The world can't help but want to emulate, copy, and follow the most kind, the most beautiful, the most compassionate, and the most who are willing to be courageous in doing so. So, what are we willing to stand for today? What are we willing to stand up for today? Never forget how good you already are, and fully participate in the essence, the authenticity of that beautiful truth. I see you, I believe in you, and I love you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Much love. All blessings. Bye for now.